For the next 30 minutes, we will explore the unexplained. From mysteries beyond our galaxy to ghostly phenomena in our own backyard, we will dive into our psychic abilities and explore everything from conspiracies to the just plain weird. Welcome to 30 Odd Minutes. If the truth is out there, we will find it. But only by sheer accident.
Hey, welcome to 30 Odd Minutes. From the Lizzie Borden house in Fall River, Massachusetts. This is so cool. Thank you guys for coming here. We've never tried this before. If you've watched our studio show, you know it's live, straight through, one take, no editing, no nothing. It's going to be the same way tonight. We're letting this sucker roll right to the end. You're going to see it all, mistakes and everything. So hopefully there's nothing in my teeth, nothing up my nose, and we're going to get through this. Want to remind you, if you're watching this show at 30oddminutes.com, you can jump in our chat room, watch it live, sign up for our email newsletter, and find out what's going on, upcoming guests, and all that fun stuff. So, all the oddball crew is here tonight. We're going to be doing an investigation throughout the house. We're going to be giving you a tour and learning so much. We got an email this week. Check this out. This is pretty cool. It says, "Dear Jeff, look out behind you, dude!" From Abby in Fall River. Holy cow, that was close. It's Leanne. Leanne's the manager of the Lizzie Borden house. Leanne, thank you for letting us do this.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I hope you don't regret
it. Nice to have you back. Oh,
yeah.
Regrets will come later, as they always do, Jeff.
I know. So, can you just tell us what happened here in August of the 1890s? What was the crime scene? What was the crime?
On the morning of August 4th, 1892, the bodies of Andrew Borden and his wife, Abby Durfee Graybord, were found brutally murdered, and the alleged weapon was a hatchet. And Mr. Borden's body was found right here where your lovely
Oddbot 3000. Yeah.
Yes, I like that. Can I keep that?
There's only one.
Oh, it's too bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can borrow one.
Okay, he's growing on me.
Yeah.
But the murder to this day is unsolved. The only person ever brought to trial for the crime was Mr. Borden's youngest daughter, Lizzie, who was 32 years old at the time. And the case remains unsolved to this day.
Who did it? Where were you?
I wasn't here. My TARDIS was broken.
That's very good. All right, well, good stuff. And so now, as those of us into the paranormal know, that this is kind of a paranormal hotspot. People talk about the ghosts here.
We seem to have a few floating around the house, to say the least. I've had my share of experiences. In fact, just the other night, I was sitting in the front parlor when I saw a shadow go from there to there, and I looked up just in time to see it and went right back to me reading my book. That was it for me for the evening.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, this is so cool. We are going to be going from room to room. We got people all over the house tonight that are going to be talking about their own experiences. I've had 3 paranormal experiences in my life. One of them was in this house, and a little later on I will show you where and exactly what happened. And 2 of the other people also witnessed it, are here tonight as well, so we're going to be getting to that. Thank you. We'll see you soon. We'll see you in a few minutes. We're going to take you to the front parlor where Matt Moniz had an experience, and we're going to throw it live to Sarah. Sarah! Oh, wait, I got to take you there. Come on. Come on.
Hey guys. So yes, I'm here with our lovely Matt Moniz, who is going to regale us with a story that he had of personal experience in this very room, in that very chair. Take it away.
Yeah, last year I was in this room. There were over a dozen people along with the tour guide, Eleanor. She was giving her basic lecture, as she usually does. She had me take this particular photograph, which is of the doctor's house next door, hand it around to the group that was there. I got handed the photograph back. I put it back on its stand, and made sure, it's set nice. About 5 minutes after I had set the photograph back, stand and all jumped up right here, like what would be in between Sarah and I, hung there motionless for a second, started spinning in the air. The stand came ricocheting off the chair in the photograph with a heavy wooden frame and all, went rocketing into the middle of the room, coming to rest underneath the coffee table. Several individuals went bolting out of the room, other people standing and screaming. I picked up the photograph and the stand, put it back, and demanded that it do it again, but unfortunately it was not cooperative.
One-time thing.
But I found out through Eleanor and several of the other tour guides that is common, not only for this photograph, but for several other photographs in the house.
Okay. And you were in a room full of people, you said. So it wasn't
a room
just
full
you
of people
in
of
front.
all different
That's very
ages,
good. Yeah.
races, and genders.
Yep. Can't beat that. So hey, we're actually going to throw it back to Jeff at this point, who will take you into the very next location. Over there.
Hey! Isn't this exciting? No breaks, no cuts, straight through all the way. All right, we're going upstairs next, but want to tell you, all the oddballs are here, except Andy, who is playing soccer tonight, unfortunately, but Andrew is on camera. Come on, I'll show you. So, there he is. All right, come on, let's go upstairs. We're going to go to the guest room. Abby Borden was killed.
Hey Jeff, what's up?
Hey Jeff. This is Mike Markowicz. Oddball Rob, you know. Rob is our resident skeptic. Mike Markowicz is an EVP expert, and they're going to be running experiments here in this room. We've got equipment all over, but tonight we're going to focus right here. Mike, what is EVP? How do you spell it?
EVP, electronic voice phenomenon. It's those voices that pop up on recordings that weren't here at the time.
Right.
They were, but they show up later. And I'm just live listening right now with my my new toy. And put the headphones on. Sometimes you can hear it live. You mark it down, go back later, see if you can confirm it.
Right.
So that's basically what I'm doing now, just asking some questions.
Rob, our resident skeptic, what say you? What do you see?
Nothing yet. Nothing yet. I was just about to ask Abby if Lizzie killed her before you guys came up. So.
Because that's the spot right there, the infamous
right.
spot.
Maybe
where,
come around. If you see the picture on the wall, you can actually see the crime scene right above where it happened. And she was laying right here. So if one were to try to communicate, this would be as good a spot as any.
Absolutely.
So do you give any credence to EVP at all?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right, good. Hey,
I'll make a believer on him by the end of the night.
He's got some really cool stuff though.
all right, we're going to check back in with you guys a little bit later, so you keep doing your thing.
Okay.
We'll try to announce when we come by, so you know that what you're hearing is living.
I'll hear you.
We can hear you, Jeff.
All right, good. All right, we're actually gonna. Where are we going next? Does anyone know? That's West. Sorry, we have to cheat here, but it's live. All right, now we're in here. We did this. We're going up there. Okay. Oh, we're gonna go upstairs to where another experience happened. Come on. This was Lizzie's bedroom. What's funky about the whole setup of this house is it's called a rabbit run, meaning there's no central hallway with rooms off of it. One bedroom leads into the next, and we're gonna go right upstairs to the third floor. You can see some of the equipment that Mike Markowicz has set up. Come on in.
Dude, we just had something happen. Like,
Tell us.
tonight. Tim, it's awesome.
Well, in this room, supposedly there's the spirits of two children who were actually murdered next door before the Borden murders took place. And there's a chest full of toys in the corner of the room because the idea is if you open the chest, the children will play with the toys. Mike Markowitz were up here and I were up here earlier. We left the chest open, but there were no toys on the floor. When Sarah and I came up here, they were laid out like somebody had been playing with them. It's amazing.
And Tim, you said you had been up here earlier, and those were not out.
No, not
So
at
it
all.
wasn't like someone was in here earlier, and that's how we found
No,
it.
I
You
actually
were in
opened the
here
chest
earlier.
up and said to Mike, hopefully they'll play with the toys, and I guess that's exactly what they did.
So now, Tim, you're kind of like an expert in the paranormal of sorts. You have your own radio show, I believe. What's it called?
Spooky Southcoast.
Spooky Southcoast. And so you've been here before. This isn't anything new for you to
No,
be
this is-
experiencing something in here. And so tell us what your other experience in this room was.
This is actually where I had my first experience in the house. I really didn't think the place was haunted the first time I came, but the second time I came, I was just laying here resting on this bed, trying to catch my breath after a few hours of being here. And when I laid down, I could feel tingling over my body, and something slowly began to lift my legs up to the point where they were almost in a parallel with the floor. And we've been able to recreate it many times. We've had other people come up and try it, and there's been some successes and some failures, but whatever is here, it seems to have enough strength, whether it be the children or some other spirit, to lift up people's legs.
Cool. All right, so I think we will throw now to Jeff, who is waiting for you in the hallway.
We're going to go back down to Andrew's bedroom. Don't trip. Leanne! Leanne's going to join us in just a second. This is very exciting. Here she comes. Oh! Live, straight through, no editing. So, what happens? You have all kinds of guests that come here. It's a bed and breakfast. People can stay here. They can enjoy themselves for the evening. What are some of your guests? Why do they come here? Are they Lizzie fans? Are they Ghost fans? Are they both?
Different people from all over the place. We have people interested definitely in the paranormal and coming to look for the paranormal experience of what the house may provide for them. We have people who are history buffs who are curious about the case, the mere fact it's an unsolved crime, and the second most unsolved Victorian crime in history. We're number 2 next to Jack the Ripper. But we are working on becoming next number 1. And some people just looking for a different kind of place to stay.
Yeah.
A little something out of the ordinary, and that's what we tried to provide.
And this is almost like stepping into the 1890s. I mean, the furniture, the decor, everything.
Well, thank you. That's the look I was going for.
But you wonder, does that play a part in someone's paranormal experience? I mean, they're in the time, or does that put them in the mindset? You know, we can only speculate.
That's a good word for it. It's different for everybody.
Right.
It really is different for everybody. I mean, I've had plenty of experiences in this house myself that I just truly cannot explain, but nothing has driven me out of here yet.
Right. Well, what are your guests' experience? What are some of the things they tell you about?
I had a couple of guests, not just 2 weeks ago. They were up in the Knowlton room, the one with the chimney. And,
we were just there, yep.
And the closet door kept opening on them, and they kept latching in, and the door would open again. They'd latch it, and the door would open again on them. And it happened about 5 times to them that night.
Wow.
And they were discussing it in the parking lot, and I said, oh yeah, it happens all the time.
Now, this was Andrew's room, right?
This was Mr. and Mrs. Borden's master bedroom.
Okay.
And the smaller room up to the side is what we refer to as Abby's dress closet.
Right, which is now a bedroom.
Yes. And, but yes, this room was actually a kitchen when the house was built. It was built as a 2-family home. The house was built in 1845 by Southard Miller for a man named Charles Trafton. And the first floor apartment and second floor apartment, Mr. Trafton lived on the second floor and rented out the first floor. Andrew Borden bought the house in 1872 and converted the house to a single family. That's why the odd layout. That's why there are no hallways, because it was one apartment.
Right. Now, do you have change for $1?
I just might.
Check this out.
Help yourself.
What's with the money here?
Okay, that started off as, how do I explain this? Well, you know when you check out of a place and the maids will come in and you might have dropped a few coins on the floor behind you on your way out the door.
Right.
Well, cleaning the rooms, I would notice there, a penny here, a penny there, a penny there, a dime here. But only nickels, dimes, and quarters in Mr. Borden's bedrooms. I've never found a penny in his bedroom on the floor. And so I would pick the money up and I put it in front of his picture, thinking, joking, saying, well, if you're shaking people's pockets in the middle of the night, I guess the money is yours. And the money has grown considerably since then. People now actually leave money for him in hopes that he won't bother them during the night.
A frugal man, right?
Very frugal.
Yeah.
That's the kind word. And then there are the people who are not so bright and take the money and hide it somewhere in the house in hopes that something will happen.
Oh, no, well, it would be very cool if something happened, but we won't tempt fate. It's his money.
I can't help you there. I don't have that kind of relationship with him.
Right. And he didn't like people who drank, right?
No, he was very much a teetotaler.
Right. And we really should probably have done this sober.
Probably.
Yeah.
Should I go get the whiskey?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I think
we're done.
I think we need a couple more shots before we finish.
We're done in about 14 minutes, so that's just how this is going.
Oh, it's Miller time.
I know, almost.
Excellent.
Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Okay.
In another room. Come on this way. Check this out. The rabbit run. We're going to go back down the stairs. Be careful here, Andrew. You're tall. Did you get that? You know, if you watch the show regularly, you know we take a lot of various breaks, and we thought we were going to try to do that too. So I think it's time for an odd fact.
With Matt Moniz.
Did you know that Henry VIII slept with an axe? Isn't that odd?
That has been an odd fact with Matt Moniz.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Joe.
He's the best. Let's go in the kitchen, where the magic happens. So this is a bed and breakfast, and yeah, we'll clean that up.
You guys drank everything.
We will totally clean that up, I promise. This is a bed and breakfast. What do they get for breakfast if they stay here?
Our little breakfast made it all the way to the Food Network on a show called Food to Die For. We definitely serve our guests part of the Borden's last meal, which consisted of Johnny cakes.
Right.
The Bordens also had a fine layout on their table that morning of cold sliced mutton, reheated, slightly rancid mutton broth, bananas, very overripe pears, some coffee, and baker's bread. But everyone seems to remember that mutton broth.
Nice, delish.
We've replaced the rancid mutton broth with home fries, eggs, and sausage. So if you do stay, you will get at least the Johnny cakes.
Right, very good. And so, but it's a whole experience for people, right? I mean, they stay here, they get the breakfast, they get to live in the 1890s even for an evening, and sometimes they get an extra visitor.
Just might.
Believe me. Okay, as I said earlier, I've had 3 paranormal experiences in years of doing this in all kinds of creepy places and haunted houses and buildings and castles, and one of them happened here. So we're going to take you down to the basement where I had an experience. Matt, go ahead, go. Matt was there too. Let's follow him.
Well, you can't chop your pop up in Massachusetts.
That's right.
Don't get the dirty laundry.
Like to jam down
We
here.
won't get the dirty
Actually,
laundry.
that's clean laundry.
We'll go over here this way. All right, so this happened. Gosh, probably about 3 years ago, I think, right?
Yeah.
When we were doing a live broadcast of Spooky Southcoast, and after that was done, there was one other person with us, Chris Balzano, and the 4 of us, Matt, Tim, myself, and Chris, were the only 4 people in the entire building. And we came down here after we did the show to just do some investigating. All 4 of us were standing right here, and what did you hear?
But you could clearly hear footsteps. It sounded like a couple of people had come inside, and it was definitely loud enough that it caught our attention. It wasn't like somebody skulking around. It was a hard step.
Right, and
I agree. It sounded like 2 or 3 people, kids mainly, just running through the hallway up there into the kitchen.
right. It sounded. I heard murmuring voices. Couldn't make out what it said. Just voices and footsteps. And I remember all 4 of us looking at each other, saying,
Uh-oh.
"Leanne trusted us with this place tonight. We left the door unlocked. Kids from Fall River just snuck in here. Oh my gosh, we need the police. We need to manhandle them out. Whatever." How long does it take to run up those stairs?
Not even
4
30,
seconds.
yeah.
4 seconds. 5
Well,
seconds.
a little longer for me.
Yeah, but we were up there, and we get to the top of the stairs, and we look around, and we check the door. It's locked. It's secure. And look
Check
around.
the whole house.
Yeah, we look around, and then you say, well, we all heard that, so what was it? You know, I mean, really, and that's the thing about paranormal ghost experiences in general, right? You rule everything out that you can, and what's left is you just scratch your head sometimes and say, I don't know.
But in this house, you kind of have to get used to hearing noises all over the house, and
Right.
even when you're the only person here, you're going to hear something going on.
Yeah, no, completely understood. All right, we're going to go back upstairs for just a little more history. Then we're going to check in on Mike and Rob, who are doing EVP. And Leanne's going to join us, too. You're the best. You first.
Me first.
We're going. One more stop for you, I promise.
All right.
We have a schedule. We're going to the dining room.
Look at your pizza.
So this is where bodies were actually laid out?
Yes.
And what happened?
With your pizza. Well, the body of Mrs. Borden was actually brought downstairs and placed here on the dining room table. And, I'm sorry, I need to back that up. The body of Mrs. Borden was brought down and brought on the coroner's board, where her stomach was removed. The dining room table was first moved to the side of the room so the doctors could maneuver around her. Mr. Borden's body was placed on a coroner's board, Delicious, isn't
The
it?
stomach was out right here?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Isn't it great?
Oh,
They
whoa.
took the stomach out right here. Checked for poisoning at first. They sent the stomachs to Harvard Medical School to check for that. Mr. Borden's stomach was removed in the sitting room. And then after Undertaker Windward cleaned the bodies, the dining room table was covered with muslin and cloth, and the bodies were placed side by side, covered with a sheet in the August heat to await the funerals on Saturday.
Disgusting. Would you like some?
I would love some.
Here.
Thank you.
All right, let's go check in on our paranormal experiments. Thanks.
Excellent. Bon appetit.
Back upstairs. It's good pizza. We're gonna go check in on Rob and Mike and see what they're experiencing. Do I look fat in these jeans? I mean, you really. This has got to not be flattering. Oh, you good? All right, we're coming in. Hey, what are you guys experiencing? Come on in.
Not too much. It's relatively quiet as far as live listening goes.
Right?
But that doesn't mean there's nothing on the recordings. You know, I mean, you walk over here. This is a
Yeah.
spot where she died, and you know, and you think about it. You look at the picture and you think about it. You know, and the hair on the back of your neck does start to stand up, and you're like, man, this is a real spot where someone really died of a heinous crime. And you just say, you know, Abby, geez, I'm sorry that happened to you. You know, like it's real because it did really happen, and you get the hair on their arms and the.
So you feel something?
Yeah, you just feel creepy because this is really where it happened.
Do you feel anything, Rob? Do you get any sense of anything?
No.
Okay, no, that's fine. No, hey,
That's the voice of a skeptic.
be honest. That's all we ask. I mean, there's been plenty of places I've gone to that are, you know, there's same thing though. People have died, and you walk in sometimes and you go, nothing. I got nothing.
Right.
Other times you walk in, and other days, you know, sometimes you're in one location and you're really creeped out, and another day you're not.
Sure.
But there's so much history here. There's so much Americana here. You have to remember, Lizzie Borden was the O.J. Simpson of the 1890s. This was in all the papers. Everybody was talking about it. All the circumstantial evidence pointed to Lizzie. She was there was only 4 people in this house. She claimed there was a 15-minute period where she went into the backyard to pick some pears and then went up into the barn to get some weights for a fishing trip that she'd be taking within a couple of weeks. And during that very brief window, someone came in and killed her father and her stepmother. Brutally. I mean, you saw the image there. You saw both images, actually. And so, did that happen in that 15-minute window? You see the crime scenes, of course.
Right.
Nothing's disturbed. Nothing's stolen, which makes you think that these people knew their killer because there was no sign of a struggle or anything. So no one was surprised. If that's the case, I mean, it probably was Lizzie, but acquitted of the crime. To this day unsolved, and it still has people talking about it. I think people come here, especially psychics. There's been all kinds of speculation as to why she would have done it, and that's all we can do is speculate. I mean, Andrew Borden was in his 70s when he was killed, so if you stood to inherit everything, how much longer was he going to live? Because you never know. But a lot of speculation, and people are getting evidence, like EVP, like strange experiences. Photographs. Now, this is your first time here.
This is my first time here, yeah. I've walked by it outside a few times. I've never been inside. I've never done a recording session here, so this is brand new for me. And I like the house, the way it's all set up, and you get the feel of what it must have been like, which makes it even more creepy because this is basically what it looked like when it happened. And if you put yourself in their position of murder going on, it's hard.
Yeah. Well, one of the things Leanne and I were just talking about a few minutes ago was, because it looks like the 1890s all throughout this house, does that play a role in what people are experiencing? Are they in a mindset to be more receptive to these kind of things?
Sure, and that's a good thing because you're looking to pick up something. You need all the help you can get when you're collecting evidence, and if you're here taking photographs or you're taking video or even recordings, audio recordings, you need to get your mind right. I mean, if this was just bare room, nothing on the walls, it was just gutted out, it was just plain, it would have a different effect than if it was decorated exactly like it used to be.
Right.
Now you walk in, it's like, holy moly, there's the crime scene. And this is, you look at the picture and then you look at the spot down here and you just, oh man, that poor woman.
But not enough for you, Rob.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay,
Not yet.
Well, that's good. Well, the night is young.
And in every room.
I know we've got basically 29 minutes to film this segment, but we've got to lurk around a little before and we'll lurk around a little after. If something happens, we'll let you know. Keep watching. So, all right, awesome. Well, downstairs, you guys are using electronic equipment to try to make contact. Downstairs, we have an actual Ouija board seance going. If you've watched the show before, you know it's not the first time we've used a Ouija board. It probably won't be the last. They're just so fun. So we're going to go downstairs and check on Matt and Sarah using the Ouija board. Come on.
About the divining rods.
Oh, man. We can't stop, though. We can't pause. We have to keep going. Watch your head again. All right, already in session.
Yeah.
What are you guys getting? Anything?
It said goodbye. We asked who's here. So far it's spelled out A-S-O. A-S-O-W.
A sow?
A sow? Like a pig?
Calling someone a, yeah. So if you've seen our Ouija board episode, you know that looks like kind of an old board, which is great. Remember Bob Murphy? Yeah.
T.
Now this is, for the record, this belongs with the house. This is here for guests to use, which is, goodbye. Well, not yet. We actually have like 2 more minutes. So if you could just wait. Yeah.
Well, we did discover one mystery.
What's that?
If you want to hear about it. Remember the little toys that I was so excited about up in the bedroom?
Yes.
Oh, we found out who that culprit was.
Oh, man. Debunked all in the same...
Yeah. Our resident skeptic decided to play with the little toys.
Oh, very good. Well done, Rob. Well done. Thank you very much. So, yeah.
Burst my bubble, man.
I had to play.
Burst my bubble.
I've been here before when those toys actually have been laid out.
Right.
Actually, I should go see if they're in the same spots.
That would be...
that would be interesting.
Yeah, you've got like 2 minutes, so if you want to run and check back with us. So what does everybody think of this place? I mean, Tim, you've been here a lot.
Oh, there's certainly activity here. I would count it as one of the most haunted places I've ever been in.
And people keep coming back to this place again and again. You know, it's got such a reputation in New England. I mean, people email us about it. They talk to us about it. You know, I just mentioned, I'm coming here tonight, and I got emails saying, oh my gosh, that's one of the places I've always wanted to go to. It's here.
But they can.
They can, I know. That's what's so nice. It's not some abandoned building where you need to know someone. I mean, there's tours, there's overnight accommodations, there's all kinds of things. Right here in Fall River. Very accessible. Are we getting anything else?
It said T-O-O, so
2.
Someone else is here as well. Who knows? Yeah, nothing too exciting though.
I think they want you to mention that it's also a wonderful bed and breakfast, in addition to being extremely haunted.
Well, yes, I think it was saying
And of course, there will be links from our website to the Lizzie Borden Bed and Breakfast, so if you want to check it out, you can also do that. Spelling anything else?
No.
Goodbye again. What did you think of our Live from Lizzie Borden show? That's the question. We need to know. Live-ish. Live sort of. Straight through.
Totally.
No editing. That's just how this goes. Want to remind you guys, you can always check out our website, 30oddminutes.com. You can write us at info@30oddminutes.com. Are we getting up? Are we getting up? Are we getting up? Okay, we're getting up. You can write to us anytime. We want to hear your feedback, your show ideas, your guest ideas, your topic ideas. We're going to be back in the studio, but every now and then we'll do this stuff for fun. We'll go out somewhere and check it out and have a grand old time. So, anything, Rob?
Nothing. They're in the same spot. I put it back in the box, though.
All right. We will check on that later, and if anything goes down later on tonight, we will have to blog about it on our website or tell you about it in a future show. But this has been a really great experience. Thank you, Leanne.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Leanne.
Thank you, Mike and Tim. Tim from Spooky Southcoast.
Yes.
What a motley crew. We got the eyeballs out here. Live from the Lizzie Borden house. Until next time, everybody, please stay odd. Right on.